Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're listening us from. From here is morning. This is Hello Reality Media. So today I'm going to show you one video, one of our brother, I think he's from Ghana, is expressing the feeling of Africa, some of we in African, because of what is happening. The Westerners are trying to impose their human right on us, their so-called human right. So I want you to listen to this video, and I want you to know what they are trying to force us to into it. So the Westerners are trying to force us into LGBTQ. Whatever, I don't know how to pronounce it. This is just like they want us to accept man to marry man and woman to be married woman, all this gay, lesbian, or whatever they call it, I don't know. I just want you to listen to the Westerners are trying to force us in Africa to accept it. I think they have gone to the Uganda, the president of Uganda and their House members, they reject it and pass a law, a death sentence to it. And my today explanation is, are we going to accept it in Africa? Will the Westerners achieve what they want in Africa? And I know very, very well they will achieve it. It's a matter of time because they achieve everything they want. The same way they imposed their God to us, we accepted their God. The same way they will oppose their human right to us. And since we accept their God, we are also going to accept their human right. You understand? You go we can't accept their God and try to run away from their human right. As long as we accept their God, we are also going to accept their human right. So I want you to watch one of our brother from Ghana where he's explaining how they see it. And after finish watching it, then I want to analyze the video with just like a 3 minutes video. So watch and see.
Kamala Harris is entitled to her opinion, the same way you're entitled to your opinion, the same way I hold the opinion that she and the American government are a bunch of cowards, and that they have no right to talk about human rights because they're the biggest abusers of human rights. Child rights are equally human rights. And yesterday, 2 hours after that press conference with the president, a 28-year-old gun woman walked into an American school and killed 3 American children and killed 3 American teachers. It's the rights, one of the fundamental basic rights of any human being is the right to life. The American government, in which Kamala Harris is vice president, is failing to take decisive action on gun control. And so people who should not have access to weapons are having access to assault rifles and killing innocent children and teachers in America. And the vice president of that country wants to come and teach us human rights. I mean, the irony of it. She's a person of color. But for being vice president, what happened to George Floyd could easily have happened to her, or any of the several people who have been killed in America by errant white policemen, which has led to the Black Lives Matter issue. If people have to demonstrate to let the American government know that Black Lives Matter, they need help from us. I've stated on record that myself and my colleagues are very willing to engage the American government and the U.S. Congress to help them shape laws that will clamp down on gun violence because they really have need for it. But it's the hypocrisy of the US where they call homosexuality a human rights issue in Africa. But yet they are doing business with countries where homosexuality is frowned upon. Over $1 billion of military hardware is sold to Qatar almost on a yearly basis. In Qatar, homosexuality is punished by death, not imprisonment. Why are they not threatening Qatar? One of the biggest trading partners of the United States government is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, it's punished by death. Why are they not threatening them? Why are they not threatening Russia? Then they come to Ghana and Africa and they want to come and threaten us with LGBTQ. The American government is a bunch of hypocrites. If they really want to flex their muscle, they should go and flex their muscle on Russia, India, China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, the places where they are selling weapons to.
Yeah, now my brothers, you see our brother from Ghana, just dressed black and black to address this issue because this is a sad news to African people as a continent. This is a sad news to us. My question is like this today: will the Westerners achieve this in Africa? They will achieve it. Are they coming down to Nigeria also? They are coming. They are coming for us in Nigeria. Yeah, they go to Uganda. The Uganda president refused and passed a law to it. They go to Ghana. They are still battling with Ghana people. They are also coming down to Nigeria. Will they come to Nigeria? They will come. Go and put my video one place. When they will come to Nigeria, I will also tell you that they are coming. You see our brother the same way he's speaking good English, telling you that this thing is not, it can be possible, it cannot work for us. Yes, this is how we sound very smart. We sound very smart and speak very smart in Africa. At the end, we end up being very stupid. You see this guy narrating this story, telling you what is happening in Europe and how it's happening in US and how it's human rights in children and how children go around with God. At the end of this video today, he will go back to his house and he will pray to the God of the Westerners before he sleep. He will go back to his room, he will worship the God of the Westerners and pray to their ancestors before he sleep. Because in Africa, we don't have God. In the whole Africa as a continent, we don't have God. In the whole Africa as a nation, also as a continent, we don't have God. And our God is from the West, or from Europe, or somehow some of them also is from Israel. And you think we can be able to achieve it? It's not possible. Will the Westerners achieve this in Africa? They will achieve it. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. They will come slow. They have come in this. They will also come in political way. They will wait. They are waiting for Uganda now. Anytime Uganda will contest election, they will pick somebody in Uganda, sponsor them with their millions of dollars, and make sure they impose somebody that will pass the law for them in Ghana. The same thing they will do to other countries, and they will achieve it one after the other. Go and mark my word. You cannot reject the Western God and try to reject their human right. It's not possible. Since we as Africans, we accepted the God of the Westerners, we are also going to accept their human right. Yes. If you want to reject their human right, you will reject whatever that comes from them. If you want to reject the Westerners' human right, reject their God also, because all of them are one. You can't accept their God and try to take their human right. And you can't accept their God and try to reject their human right. Are they going to achieve it? They will achieve it. What have Westerners want to achieve in Africa? They never achieve it. They have achieved all to be done, not to be producing anything. We have gold in Africa, but we don't have any place we can mine to produce gold in Africa. We have oil in Africa, but no way our oil can be refined in Africa. Everything we have in Africa, do we know the value? We have copper in Africa as a natural gift given by God, given by us by the Almighty God, which is Chukwu Kabiam. Do we have any place we're producing copper in Nigeria, in Africa? No. We don't have it. The Westerners introduced their pattern of dressing to us. Today we dress the same way they dress. I remember when I still small, our pastors used to preach to us, oh, if you wear trousers, you go to hell. If you wear trousers, you are going to hell. If you wear trousers, oh, your generation will go to hell. After shouting all these things without anything, because we are worshiping the God from the Westerners, today we are, even our pastor's wife, they are wearing trousers in the pulpit. Yes, I just want to flash your brain back. Is Westerners going to achieve this in Africa? 110% sure they will achieve it. It's a matter of time. What have they tried to achieve in Africa they do not achieve? Please let me take my coffee. Anything they want to achieve in Africa, they achieve it. They never lose the battle. My brother from Ghana, you mentioned China. They cannot go to China to impose it on China. You mentioned Saudi Arabia, that is a death sentence. You mentioned Qatar, that is a death sentence. They cannot go to Qatar. Yes, those people you mentioned are worshiping their God. They worship the God they know. They don't worship any foreign God. You mentioned India, the same thing. You go to any nation, you mention Russia, the same thing. Can they achieve it in Africa? I'm telling you that they will achieve it. It's a matter of time. Are they coming to Nigeria also? They are coming. It's a matter of time. They will go in any way. They will come peacefully. If you don't want, they will enforce you. If you don't want, they will threaten you. If you don't want, they will impose a president to you that will pass the law. Go and mark my word one place. Will the Westerners achieve it? It's a matter of time. The same way they imposed their God on us, they did not impose it one day. It took them no less than 2,000 years to impose the story of Jesus Christ to us in Africa, and we accepted it. And today, you accept their God, and you want to reject their human right. It's not possible. We must accept both. This is my stand. And this Hello Reality Media, here we say it fact the same way it works in every other nation. Are they going to achieve it in Africa? The answer is capital yes, they will achieve it. It's a matter of time. If you don't want them to achieve it, then we as an Africa need to go back to know who we are, need to go back to worship our own God, have our own God, because we already have God before the Westerners bring their God to us. Our forefathers know God. We answer God name by name. In some of our village, we have Umuchuku, we have Haruchuku. My own village is Haruchuku, means the kingdom of God here on earth. So my fathers have encountered God before they bring the story of Jesus Christ to us. But today they are telling us that our fathers did not know God. They bring the story of God to us. No, the white people have never bring God to us. Our fathers have find God. We answer the name of God. My own name is Chidebere, means that God is merciful. It's not, this name is not found by a white man. This my name is older than the story of their Western God to Africa. Before the story of the Western God to Africa come to us in Africa, our people have started bearing the name of Chidebere, which means that God is merciful. Do we know God? Yes, we have encountered God. My ancestors have encountered God and worshiped the Almighty Chukwu Kabiama before they introduced their own God to us. So we cannot reject their God, we cannot accept their God and reject their human right. It's not possible. We must accept both. Share this video, this Hello Reality Media, and save my video. One day I will refer this video to you. Have they achieved it in Africa? Yes, they have achieved it. I will share this video to tell you they have achieved it. They achieved in us to be dressing the same way they dress. They achieved in our women to be wearing trousers to go to church, to even stay in the church. Before, our pastors was kicking against it. When I was small, I used to hear it. When they used to go preach. Today, what is happening? Zero. Are they going to achieve it? They will achieve it. You can't do anything because of what? You don't have God. Your God is from Westerners, and their human right, you accept it. Share this video, this Hello Reality Media. Yeah, we love you.